Okay. So you continued to do a bunch of powerlifting and weightlifting and strongman competitions, and you were you were getting a bunch of records in, I guess, the drug-free competitions.
Yeah, I only competed in drug-free meets,
So
and
I'm not very familiar with this part of the game here. So they have a drug-free competition and a take as many drugs as you want competition.
well, it's not so much take as many drugs as you want. It's just that they don't test, and everybody know that they're not going to get drug tested, so and they're not going to compete in the competitions against people that don't do steroids unless they're just completely immoral and have no ethics whatsoever. Which there were some of those guys that would use uh, the fake pee devices, and they would like drain their bladders and stuff, and then fill their own bladders with other people's urine. I mean, I've seen it all. I've heard it all, and I competed against these people, and I heard the stories. They like, hey, he's a cheat. He's a cheat. That dude is definitely cheating, and I was always, hey, I got enough pee for everybody. If you want me to drug test today, I drug test today. 5 minutes, an hour from now, 2 days from now, whenever you want it, you call the shot. And it actually got to be a hazard because once I said that, people started testing me more because they wanted to actually see if I was dirty or not. And between the 95 and me competing at the Olympic Games, almost a calendar year, I took 19 drug tests. And there's been no athlete on earth that's been drug tested that many times in a calendar year. None.
Did you consider taking steroids at one point? I mean,
Never.
just so you could start winning every time?
Never. I was winning in America, which was the most important to me, and to be the world's strongest, to come in 10th and be the 10th best player in the world in the Olympic Games and not to cheat. If you was to say, the scientists say that if you take anabolic steroids or growth hormone, it'll give you between 30 and 37% improvement. If I would have taken the drugs and I was 37% stronger than I already was, I would have won the Olympics by snatching 500 and clean and jerking 620. Everybody would have known that I was not human. And I'm going to tell you something else about the steroids. 3 of the guys that I competed against that actually won the Olympic Games, 3 out of the 5 guys, they're dead. They're not here. They would be the same age as me, and I smoke an occasional cigar, but you'll never find a 330-pound guy that has a low blood pressure, no hypertension, no physical ailments other than my back is destroyed and I'm going to have surgery when I get really old. I could take off and run a mile in under 10 minutes. I still train. I don't train to lift heavy weights. I train to stay healthy, to stay alive. And I almost feel sympathy for the people that they was misled into thinking that an accomplishment in competition was greater than life. And you look at all of what's going on in this world right now. The world, not in America, in the world. And you see how many people are dying and suffering, how much pain, how much agony that's going on. And you mean to tell me that now there's no football, there's no basketball, baseball, golf, marbles, tiddlywink, soccer, whatever sport that you play, there's none of it. What's the most important thing? Health. And I thank God every day that I had Christian people and smart people around me that said, Mark, it's not worth it. And Even if somebody would have said, Mark, look, nobody will ever know. Here, take this. If I'd have had somebody like that around me, I wouldn't have listened to him. That's just never been me. So me being in the situation that I am now, I feel like I won. I didn't win a medal, but when you add all of the strength sports combined, there's no human that's ever done collectively what I've done. And being considered, the strongest man that ever lived is more important to me than being the strongest in one of the events that I competed against. I've been world champion in 2 of the 3 sports. And it wasn't just about how strong I was, it was about how explosive I was and how athletic I was. And that's more important. Olympic weightlifting, you have to be a good athlete, period. Flexible, strong, and when speed and strength are combined, you create power. And even if I wasn't the strongest athlete that ever lived, which I think I fit that bill too, but I was definitely the most powerful.